In our latest work, we have the next generation water harvester. This can work out in the desert where there is no supply of energy aside from sunlight.
What it does is that it collects water from the atmosphere at very dry conditions and then releases it so we can harvest it as a liquid water by using only energy of sunlight. The key component of this device is this powder. We call it meta-organic framework. It is composed of organic molecules and metals. We leave it overnight because during the night we have a lot of water content in the atmosphere, so this water molecules gets inside the framework and stay there. You can imagine it's like a sponge.
We're going to put the lid on the top of the box to make sure none of the water vapors coming out from the powder can escape from the box. We put the shade on top of the lid to direct the sunlight right on top of the mouth to heat them up.
When this powder heats up, the water molecules come out of the framework and we can collect them as a liquid water.
We can get about 1/3 of a cup of fresh and drinkable water. And it's always possible to get more water using more amount of mouth powder or bigger box.
We were trying to come up with the material with our meta-organic framework, which won't leave any traces of organic or inorganic material behind. After we collect water at the bottom of the device, it's absolutely clean. It's 100% pure and you can drink it right away. Cheers.
Our studies in the desert uncovered many different things concerning the box, the configuration of the box, the size of the box, the way the MOF is placed in the box that affect how much water is harvested. This new Berkeley device is reconfigured as to be suitable for the desert anywhere in the world. Almost 1/3 of the world is water stressed. To be able to deliver liquid water is quite powerful. We are already working on the next generation MOF material. This is an aluminum-based MOFs that will be cheaper and more economical to scale up than the one we've already reported. So this is a tremendous boost to commercialization of our water harvester.
That's the real secret. What you may not realize is just how efficient such a simple innovative system is, as it interested the need of buying expensive bottled water or going through the hassle of drilling a new well. And thanks to this breakthrough technology you can now literally drink from the enormous lakes in the air. The water is purified and the unique system can produce up to 30 gallons of clean, fresh water a day, and you won't have to worry about all the nasty chemicals ever again. The fundamentals are so easy, and if properly applied, you can have a virtually unlimited water supply anywhere, even if you live in the desert. Solar-powered water extraction is a promising and sustainable solution to meet the global demand for clean water. There are two main approaches to creating water from solar energy, one utilizing electricity generated by solar panels, and the other harnessing the heat of the sun for condensation. The first approach involves converting solar energy into electricity through the use of photovoltaic cells. Solar panels capture sunlight and convert it into electrical energy, which is then used to power the mechanisms responsible for extracting water from the air. This method is suitable for small-scale water extraction, where the electricity requirements are relatively low. However, for larger-scale water production facilities, more robust solar power systems capable of generating higher amounts of electricity are necessary. The second approach to solar-powered water creation relies on temperature differentials and pressure variations to facilitate condensation. By creating specific temperature and pressure conditions in a controlled environment, water vapor in the air can be cooled and condensed into liquid water. This method does not require electricity and is particularly useful in regions with high humidity or limited access to electrical power. While there are various technologies available for creating water from the air using solar energy, it is essential to evaluate their efficiency. It is true that numerous technologies can be found through search engines, often promoted by corporations and scientific academies. However, the implementation of these technologies can be expensive. Efficient solar-powered water generation technologies do exist, such as the system developed by engineers at MIT that extracts potable water from dry air. Additionally, Israeli water from air tech firms have launched solar-powered home generators. These advancements demonstrate the potential for efficient water extraction from the air using solar energy. However, it is important to critically assess the cost-effectiveness of these technologies. While advancements have been made, implementing them on a large scale may still pose financial challenges. Further research and development are needed to optimize efficiency and reduce costs to make solar-powered water extraction more accessible and affordable. In conclusion, solar-powered water from air offers a sustainable and environmentally friendly solution to address the global water crisis. The two main approaches, utilizing electricity and harnessing solar heat for condensation, provide viable options for water production. Although efficient technologies exist, their implementation on a larger scale may be hindered by high costs. Continued research and development efforts are crucial to improve efficiency and reduce expenses, making solar-powered water extraction a more accessible and widely adopted solution for clean water production. That's the real secret. What you may not realize is just how efficient such a simple innovative system is, as it interested the need of buying expensive bottled water or going through the hassle of drilling a new well. And thanks to this breakthrough technology, you can now literally drink from the enormous lakes in the air. The water is purified and the unique system can produce up to 30 gallons of clean, fresh water a day, and you won't have to worry about all the nasty chemicals ever again. The fundamentals are so easy, and if properly applied, you can have a virtually unlimited water supply anywhere, even if you live in the desert.
Hi, my name is Eric Torbeck, owner of Do Right Solar, and I'd like to give you an overview of a solar water still that I've developed and offer for sale. First of all, what is solar water distillation and why would one do it? Solar water distillation is using evaporation to purify water and basically remove all impurities. And you're using the sun, and so you're not using any electricity. It just uses the heat of the sun in order to create very pure water. This water is going to be free of heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, nitrates, chlorine, and things like that. It might, if the water contains a little bit of volatile compounds like alcohols or VOCs, that might also evaporate with the water, and so you need to follow it up with some carbon filtration. Activated carbon is very good at removing these final volatile compounds. So the two in combination result in very pure drinking water. Let me just show you a little bit more of the details here. The water comes in through here, just a regular hose from the faucet, okay? And there's a manifold right here, and this spreads it onto this black cloth that you see right here, and it becomes saturated. And this entire thing is a glass box. And so the reason why it's all glass is to keep the water very pure. At no point do you want to introduce any impurities into the water. And so there's no plastic or anything like that that's going to contaminate the distilled water. So it's a glass box, sun shines in, the water evaporates, and then it will condense on the inside surface of this glass pane. And so that water, and it's doing it right now, it runs down in little beads and it collects right here. And there's a little glass trough that separates the two sides, so that keeps the clean, purified water on the upper side, and then the impure water, the excess from the black cloth wick, will run down here. And so this is the drain, and you always want to have a little bit going, just for the purposes of keeping the wick wet. If you didn't have a little bit coming out, then the wick there'd be some dry spots. You don't have to waste it. You shouldn't consider it wastewater, though. It's just a very small amount. But since you're outside, you could just water a tree with it. And it turns out to be about a half a gallon or so of wastewater per day. The amount of distilled water that this thing produces per day, here in sunny Santa Barbara, it's about 2 to 3 quarts a day. And so that's enough for 1 to 2 people. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, this thing has been running for a few days, and this vessel, which is called a carboy, it's a 3-gallon glass vessel. It's glass because you want to keep the distilled water very clean. You don't want to introduce any impurities. If it were plastic, if there were any plastic in here, then the distilled water would be leaching that, and that's undesirable, obviously, for drinking. So everything is inert. The entire still is made out of glass. It's sealed with food-grade silicone. The tubing is silicone, and then the carboy is glass. So the water is going to be kept very pure. And so it's taken about 4 to 5 days for this thing to fill up here in Santa Barbara. And so now I'm just going to show you how easy it is to just put in a new one. And so this is ready to go. It's ready to put into your water crock. And so you just simply take it off. As you can see, it's filled. So just take it away. A little bit too much in there. Then I put a stopper on here, and I've already sanitized this. You just use a little bit of sanitizing compound and just swish it around. It's already basically clean. And then you just stick that in there, and you're ready to go. And so that's all there is to it. And so in the next segment now, I'm going to show you what to do with this and how to put it on your crock. Okay, in this next segment, I'd like to show you now what to do with a bottle, a carboy that is completely filled. So you're going to put it in this water crock here. But before you do that, since it's been outside, you want to clean it, give it a good cleaning, especially near the rim. That's going to be the part that touches the water. So I'm just using simple rubbing alcohol. I'm just going to clean around that surface. And any part that's going to be on the inside, you want to give that a good cleaning. Okay. Then, if you choose to, you may want to remineralize your distilled water. Some people feel that that's necessary. Others feel it's perfectly fine without minerals. But if you choose to, then I have some remineralizing powder. We offer it for sale. Very simple. It's just bath salt, Epsom salt, regular table salt. I use Himalayan pink sea salt, and also some calcium chloride. So I just put about a teaspoon in here, just like that. And I'm going to give that a good shake. So I put my stopper on here. And the water is nice and warm, so it's going to dissolve pretty easily. So I just give it a good shake. Just like that. Okay. The next thing is you want to now put it on your carboy. And so it's about 35 pounds, so you have to be able to lift 35 pounds. And you just stick it in here like this. And you'll see that the point at which it starts coming out is when the water level hits the lip of the carboy, and then it will stop. And that's just about right now. Okay, so to do the final carbon filtration in such a system, I have this unique product from Japan. It's called a binchotan stick. It's an actual oak twig, and it's been pyrolyzed. It's a Japanese tradition. They've been doing it for centuries, and they create activated carbon. And so you can just stick a few of these twigs inside your water crop, and it will do the final carbon filtration. You do have to let it sit for a few hours at least before drinking, say overnight, and then it's ready to go. And so there you go. Thank you.
That's the real secret. What you may not realize is just how efficient such a simple innovative system is, as it interested the need of buying expensive bottled water or going through the hassle of drilling a new well. And thanks to this breakthrough technology, you can now literally drink from the enormous lakes in the air. The water is purified and the unique system can produce up to 30 gallons of clean, fresh water a day, and you won't have to worry about all the nasty chemicals ever again. The fundamentals are so easy, and if properly applied, you can have a virtually unlimited water supply anywhere, even if you live in the desert.